I don't know where my baby's gone tonight. I think she went out with some football players. I don't think my baby's coming home tonight. I wish I had a bigger dick. I wish I had a bigger dick. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 2 of season 2. You know, I have an odd confession to make. I really like those massive industrial-sized toilet paper rolls you get in cheap hotels. You know the ones? They're really quite hard and rough. But they complement my bum so deliciously. Channel 1 News. News you can trust. News you can believe. News you can maybe subtly take into the bathroom and get a cheeky little gob job off. Sorry, I've been told I shouldn't have said that. Nevertheless, Channel 1. We may not be first with the news, but we are always first on your remote. Good evening. Tonight, we look back at the September 11 terrorist attacks. On September 11, 2001, 2 passenger jets piloted by Muslim extremists crashed into the World Trade Center in New York City, destroying much of the complex and killing nearly 3,000 people. Since that day, we have been at war, apparently. The enemy? Terror. New York resident Vernon Brown was there the day of the attacks. We talked to him about what he experienced. Vernon, where were you when the attack occurred?
I was in Central Park.
What could you see when the planes hit?
I could see a real hot woman jogging.
You didn't see the planes hit?
Oh, hell no.
You didn't feel it was the more significant of the two events?
Nah, I knew I'd be able to see it 100 times on TV after. You don't see a sweet piece of cooch like that every day, though.
So how did the attack affect your life?
It made me real mad. When I heard they had declared war on terror, I thought, I have to do something.
And what did you do?
I went home. I burned all my Stephen King books, all my Wes Craven movies, my Alfred Hitchcock box set.
When they say terror, they mean terrorism, Vernon, not scary books and movies.
I still rest easy knowing I've done my bit.
One thing can't be denied, and that is that Americans sure love fighting wars they can't win. First there was Vietnam, then Iraq, and then who could forget the war on drugs? Senator, what is the next move in the government's war on drugs?
In our ongoing efforts to destroy the illegal drug trade in our country, we, the United States of America, have decided we have no choice but to blow up Colombia. The country, not the space shuttle. That did a good enough job.
Are you concerned at all that joke was a blatant attempt at pointless shock value?
Look, if I was going for shock value, I would have stood here and said the word cunt.
But in order to truly understand this issue, we have to find out why a bunch of people a world away hate Americans so much, and I knew just who I had to speak to. Osama bin Laden. I have overcome the small obstacle of him being dead by contacting a professional medium who we can invite Osama to speak through. The medium has asked that we keep his identity a secret. Let's cross to him now. Scott Harrison, welcome.
Oh, what? You?
Can we talk to Osama now?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll invite him to speak.
Osama, are you there? What is it about Americans you hate so much?
Baseball.
Baseball?
No other country except America gives a shit about baseball. But you have the arrogance to call your competition the World Series.
That's not true. There's Canada.
And country and western music, line dancing, wrestling, monster truck derbies, American Idol, turning the cast of Predator into government leaders. I mean, what's next? Is Carl Weathers...
Osama bin Laden, thanks for your time. Well, he's the most controversial figure in the Australian entertainment industry. Drama and scandal follow him everywhere, and every move he makes is met with a wall of moral outrage from the general public. And yet his radio show continues to win the ratings, smashing the competition. Is his brand of in-your-face, ribald malarkey the future of entertainment, or are his fans simply tasteless morons? To find out, I spent some time with the man himself, Bile Glandinhands. Bile, thanks so much for your time.
That's okay. We have to keep this short, okay, mate? I have a meeting with Corey Worthington about putting a single out.
We wouldn't want to hold you up from that, would we? You've been called the king of controversy, an offensive loudmouth, a conceited, arrogant tool, a talentless filthmonger, an obnoxious waste of space, a pointless bonehead, an immoral one-trick pony whose only discernible skill is pandering to the lowest common denominator, an embarrassing beardy twat without a skerrick of modesty or decency, a grimy prick with lower moral values than a tapeworm and frosted tips that make him look like one of the mid-30s prats that goes to nightclubs on the Gold Coast offering brain-dead 18-year-old skanks drugs so they will sleep with them. How does this make you feel?
Oh, yeah? Do any of these people have the #1 FM radio show in the country?
No, obviously
Then their
not.
opinions can't matter that much, can they?
Damn, there's some logic I can't contest. In the year 2008, a wealthy banker accidentally crashes his private jet into a nuclear power plant and survives. As he is showered in gene-mutating nuclear waste, he realizes joining the Mile High Club in the cockpit was a bad idea. As a result of his exposure, he develops superhuman powers and, unfortunately, a third testicle. He decides to use his new powers to protect his rich friends from the evils of the lower classes, for a reasonable fee, plus interest. Hippies, commies, greenies, and other player haters beware the might of Captain Capitalist. In the dying days of the Bush-Cheney administration in 2008, the president receives a credible threat to his safety from Osama bin Laden.
So Bin Laden wants to destroy me, huh? Well, I know how to fix his little red camel.
Captain! Capitalist. So as you can see, Captain, this guy's a real danger to national security.
Yeah, and he's a threat to our country, too.
Don't worry, Mr. President. I'll find him.
Huh. Well, good luck. Picker here has not rested for a second since 9/11 trying to find this guy. Isn't that right, Pecker?
Yeah. He makes Where's Waldo look like a pussy.
Captain Capitalist flies to the Middle East to confront Osama and his cohorts, only to find that they have already made the trip to America.
This was found in his camp. He's coming here. Where's my wife? My daughters, they need protection.
Your kids are fine, sir. They're surrounded by cops.
We've got a terrorist mastermind on a plane full of civilians headed this way. What could be worse?
Snakes on a plane. Poisonous ones. I'll put the Secret Service on high alert, but I think we should cancel tonight's party.
No way. If I cancel the party, the terrorists win.
Sir, Bin Laden might use the party as an excuse to get close to you and kill you.
No way. The party will continue as planned.
Sorry, a party? Is it your birthday, Mr. President?
Oh, it's my victory party.
Victory?
Iran is almost destroyed. We won the war. Mission accomplished.
We only just started this one. Remember last time you jumped the gun? You look like a bit of a...
Am I invited?
Well, it was just gonna be for close friends and family.
Oh. Ah. Okay. Well, I better go find this cold, callous madman with no regard for people's feelings, hadn't I?
So what will happen next on Captain Capitalist? Will the captain find the terrorists? Will the president's party be awesome? Will the vice president shoot anybody in the face? Find out next time. W.O.T. by Stuart Buckland and David Buckland, with Jared Smith and Tom Armstrong. A guy walks into a bar with his pet monkey. He orders a drink, and while he's drinking it, the monkey jumps around all over the place. The monkey grabs some olives off the bar and eats them, then grabs some nuts, some fruit from behind the bar, eats it all, and then jumps up on the pool table, grabs the cue ball, sticks it in his mouth and swallows it whole. The bartender screams at the guy, "Do you see what your monkey just did?" The guy says, "No, what?" "He just ate the cue ball off my pool table whole." "Well, yeah, that doesn't surprise me," replied the patron. "He eats everything in sight, the little bastard. I'll pay for the cue ball and stuff." So the man finishes his drink, pays his bill and leaves. 2 weeks later, he's in the bar again, and he's got his monkey with him. He orders a drink, and the monkey starts running around the bar again, grabbing any food it can find to eat. And while the man's drinking his drink, the monkey finds a cherry on the bar. He grabs it, sticks it up his butt, then pulls it out and eats it. The bartender's disgusted. "Did you see what your monkey did now?" he asks. "Now what?" responds the patron. "Well, he stuck a cherry up his bum and then pulled it out and ate it," says the barkeeper. "Well, that doesn't surprise me," replied the patron. "He still eats everything in sight, but ever since he ate that cue ball, he measures everything first." He measures it first. This is an Angry Chimp podcast.